Hello everyone. To start our afternoon session, we're delighted to be hearing from Mr. Ejaz Ahmad Qureshi, President of the Asian Ombudsman Association and Federal Ombudsman of Pakistan. Let's put our hands together. He'll be sharing his keynote speech. Please welcome Mr. Qureshi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Ombudsman of Hong Kong, respected fellow Ombudsman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate you on the occasion of your esteemed institution. I am deeply impressed by the institution's eventful journey of over 3 decades, making a landmark contribution in addressing issues of maladministration in the public sector and bringing about a fair and efficient public administration in Hong Kong. It is heartening to note that the pursuit of your institutions have been inspired by the core values of ombudsmanship, which are impartiality, objectivity, and transparency and fairness, along with commitment to safeguard the rights of the citizens against administrative excess by the public sector agencies. The today's summit conference on ombudsmanship in a changing world is yet another highlight of your efforts upholding the cause of ombudsmanship within the country as well as in the Asian region and beyond. I offer my sincere thanks to you for initiating a dialogue on a subject that would enhance the capacity of ombudsman institutions and contribute towards refining the concepts and processes as well as add value to. I'll skip the historic perspective because that has been covered in the earlier sessions. Addressing issues of maladministration and protection of human rights is linked with good governance, and at the heart of this is accountability and justice. The ombudsmanship has therefore emerged as a central feature in every modern democratic society. Ombudsmen or ombudsman-like institutions are working in most countries of the world under different names with varying degrees of autonomy and powers to exercise. Many countries deal with specific areas of competence impacting the well-being of the common man. The scope, jurisdiction, and power of ombudsman officers, though relate to the socio-political realities on ground, the institutions remain relevant to the developing and the developed countries alike. The ombudsmen around the world function in aid of superior judiciary and address matters of administrative accountability and maladministration, thereby easing burden on the normal court system. Thus, contrary to what is usually perceived, the office of ombudsman by no means is an alternative to the superior judiciary, but it plays a complementary role. Ladies and gentlemen, the world body too recognizes the importance of the institution of ombudsman in strengthening democracy, good governance, and rule of law. Good administration and efficient service delivery constitute the most essential feature of the Sustainable Development Goals espoused by the UN organizations. These goals have a direct bearing on the role and functions of ombudsman institutions working to build peaceful and inclusive societies accountable and inclusive institution at all levels and providing access to justice. The scope of work of Ombudsman and mediator institutions is witnessing steady expansion and now includes issues like climate change, business and human rights, public accessibility, and inclusiveness. Distinguished participants, the UN General Assembly, full of Ombudsman and mediator in promoting good governance and the rule of law in the public sphere. This has led to the emergence of a set of international instruments upholding the ultimate goal of ombudsmanship. Commonly known as the Paris Principles and Venice Principles, these documents recognize the importance of the ombudsman institutions in strengthening democracy, the rule of law, and good governance. These principles not only set out an elaborate criteria and benchmark, but also highlight the responsibilities of the state to provide an enabling environment for effective functioning of the ombudsman institution. This alignment with the international principles and benchmark therefore adds to the credibility of these institutions. One important function in this respect is enhancing the outreach and accessibility, which is the single most important pursuit for any effective ombudsman institution. This is not confined to geographical outreach alone, but also includes ID footprints, simple and cost-free procedures for lodging and processing complaints, investigation, prompt disposal, and effective implementation of the same. Credibility and enjoy trust and confidence of the general public by addressing proactively all malpractices and acts of omission and commission that give rise to complaints. Besides the complaint redressal work, the Ombudsman institution needs to initiate a dialogue to develop a robust public voice against maladministration at the intellectual level, including identifying possible solutions to the outcome of this malaise. Now, regular interaction with the general public through print and electronic media, well-structured and sustained awareness campaign about the role and functions of an ombudsman office serve as a lifeline for the institution. It also assures the public that they are not alone in times of administrative distress and encroachment on their rights by the state agencies. The Ombudsman therefore has to make his office known to the public and keep reminding it about its presence. Hence, the need for conducting Ombudsman publicity on a regular and sustained basis. Now, a few words about the growth of ombudsmanship in Pakistan. Let me at this stage talk about the growth of ombudsmanship in my country and how it has aligned its operation with the internationally recognized standards and principles. The Office of Federal Ombudsman in Pakistan was established in January 1983 with the objective of to diagnose, investigate, redress, and rectify any injustice done to a person through maladministration. Second, to undertake any investigation into any allegations of maladministration on the part of any agency or any of its officers or employees. Third, provide speedy and expeditious relief to citizens by redressing their grievance to promote good governance. May arrange for studies to be made, to research to be conducted to ascertain the root causes of corrupt practices. The ombudsmanship in Pakistan has taken roots following the success of the Wafaqi Mohtasib institution in providing free and expeditious justice to the general public. The concept has been replicated in essential areas like the lives of common man. These include banking, taxation, insurance, protection against harassment of women at workplace. On the whole, we have 14 ombudsmen working in our country, dealing with various aspects at the federal level and at the provincial level. The Wafaqi Mohtasib institution over the years has perfected its complaint handling mechanism comprising registration, investigation, appraisal and review. It is fully capable of resolving the complaints of maladministration in large number, reaching out to the complainant by holding open courts at remote areas for redress of their grievances, informal resolution of disputes through mediation, inspection of various federal government agencies to improve service delivery, and undertaking studies and research to ascertain the root causes of corrupt practices and recommending solutions. Our institution possesses some unique qualities and features. Its working has been aligned with the Paris Principles and the Venice Principles, keeping those in view. Some of the performance highlights I'd like to give very briefly. Ever since its establishment, nearly 2 million households have been benefited from the services provided by the Federal Ombudsman, which offers a groundswell of support for its operations. For the purpose of better monitoring and expeditious resolution of public grievances, it has developed interface with 183 government agencies. Any complaint against these agencies which remains unresolved within 30 days is automatically transferred to the complaint portal of the Federal Agency. We have prepared 28 studies on matters of public interest with a view to fixing the system's flaws in service delivery operations of various state agencies. In addition, the Grievance Commissioner for Overseas Pakistanis and Grievance Commissioner for Children are functioning as part of my outfit to respond to the specific challenges faced by the children and non-resident Pakistanis. Ladies and gentlemen, in terms of way forward, the UN Resolution 77/224 of December 2022 sets out an elaborate agenda for advancing partnership through working together at bilateral, regional, and global levels. It is encouraging to note that the above resolution recognizes the Asian Ombudsman Association amongst the active regional ombudsman bodies. As the President of the Asian Ombudsman Association, I value highly the wonderful experience of being a member of 47-member strong Ombuds family, involving 2/3 of world population. Our distinguished host, Ombudsman of Hong Kong, is our esteemed regional secretary and also a member of the board of directors. Now, in terms of some activities of the Asian Ombudsman Association, it was established following the first Asian Ombudsman Conference held in Islamabad, Pakistan on 15-16 April 1996. It has gradually developed institutional strength and features that are necessary for the promotion of mutual cooperation and realization of its goals and objectives. Permanent Secretariat of AOA is housed within the Federal Ombudsman Building Complex at Islamabad. From January to October this year, we have organized 3 major webinars on professional themes such as building public awareness, protection against harassment of women at workplaces, and addressing maladministration in the insurance industry. Another online meeting is scheduled soon on the theme of business and human rights, which is an area of growing importance in today's global landscape. Let me invite you all to make full use of the AOA platform for building linkages among ourselves and promoting mutual cooperation. With regard to Asian Ombudsman Secretariat Resource Center is vigorously pursuing establishment of various effective instruments and a resource base for researchers and for other countries to take benefit of. This center contains all necessary documents online as well as hard copies, including books, professional journals, display items, and annual reports, research papers, and related publications of AOA members. Its facilities shall be available on a gratis basis to the researchers and scholars all over. As a concrete step toward forging closer relations among ourselves, I invite you to join hands with us in upgrading the Resource Center facility and developing it as a common asset for the extended Ombuds family across the globe. Distinguished participants, I have presented a rather broad and sweeping survey of some of the important dimensions of ombudsmanship and approaches to bar institutions in Pakistan. My purpose has been to stimulate thinking and share my thoughts about various management approaches that may enhance our effectiveness, not only to resolve individual complaints, but more importantly, as an architect of good governance. Conferences like this one act as a building block, and I thank our distinguished host for providing us this outstanding opportunity. Thank you for your patience, and I wish success for this great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you once again to Mr. Qureshi. Thank you so much.